This is the kind of the second part of special products of polynomials. Again, the idea is, what do you get a product when you multiply two things together? And then in this case, we're talking about multiplying things that are added together. So x plus 2 squared really means x plus 2 times x plus 2. X plus 2 is a polynomial, and I'm multiplying it times itself. This guy over here is 2x minus 1 squared, and again, that is 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. Whatever we get is the product of multiplying two polynomials. Okay, here obviously they want us to write out the algebra tiles, so I'm going to do that real quickly. Well, let's see. I'm going to try to do it right in front of you. Let's see if you guys can follow along. So algebra tiles, x plus 2. So I'm going to start with an x, which is kind of a long skinny one, and then two of these little guys. And I think I'm just going to use red for the color if it's negative. If you don't mind, it'll be easier than me putting the plus signs in. And we'll do times itself, which is x plus 2 also. And then we'll go and fill in what is the result. Well, we're going to get a big old x squared. We're going to get x times 1, so we'll get an x over here. We'll get x times 1, so we'll get another x over here. And then we'll get 1 times x, so we'll get an x over here. And 1 times x will get us x over here. And then finally, we'll do x times 1 gets us, 1 times 1 gets us a little 1 right there. And 1 times 1 gets us 1. And 1 times 1 gets us 1. And 1 times 1 gets us 1. Yay. Okay. Let's see here. So then we can go ahead and write out what is the result of all that. Well, we're going to get x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. That is x squared plus 2x plus 2x, so that's plus 4x plus 4. Now, obviously, when we get to bigger, more complicated problems, you're not going to be able to do this with tiles. This is just to help you visualize what's actually happening here when we multiply two polynomials. Okay, next, 2x minus 1. We're going to try the same thing. We're going to go ahead and go 2x. So I got to do two long skinny ones. And then minus 1. I said I would do that as red, but it's going to take too long. So I think positive will just be no sign, and then I'll put a minus sign in the negative ones. So here we go. There's an x. There's another x. And there is a little minus 1. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply this out. This will get me an x squared. This will get me an x squared. This will get me an x squared. And this will get me an x squared. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 will get me a negative x. And x times negative 1 will get me a negative x. Yay! And then finally, this negative 1 times all these. So this will be negative x. And this will be also negative x. And then negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Interesting. Okay, now we've got to add this all up. So this is going to be 4x squareds. So 4x squared. This will be negative 2x plus negative 2x is minus 4x. Or plus a negative 4x. And then finally plus 1. And if we had FOILed this out, we should have got the same answer, for those of you that know FOIL. Okay, so that's pretty nice quick intro to squaring binomials. By the way, these are polynomials that are known as binomials because they have two terms, 1, 2, just like a bicycle has two wheels. This guy, 2x and negative 1, two terms. X and 2, two terms. Okay, all right. That's it for this video.